Today we're going to be testing Plasti dip. It's a rubber coating in an aerosol can that essentially you can transform anything on your car. Like, it's commonly used on wheels, and in this case we're going to show you how it works on badging. It's super simple, and the best thing about this product is it removes and leaves no evidence, no residue behind, and you're left with the factory car essentially. So today we're going to work on our trusty Mazda, and we'll work through the steps and show you how to do it, and also how it comes off at the end. The first step, as in with any painting process, is to clean the surface and get the preparation spot on to ensure a quality job. We'll use a wax and grease remover that'll get rid of any contaminants on the paint and ensure that the plastic adheres to the paint properly and lasts as long as you want it to, really. Now the next step is to mask off the area. Now, one of the quality things with the Plasti dip product is it doesn't actually matter if you get some overspray here, it's going to rub off the paint. But if you can mask it and you get a nice thick edge, it's going to peel off a lot easier. It's going to make your job a lot quicker than if you just let it overspray, feather out. It's going to be quite a painful process to get it all cleared away from the badge. So now the fun stuff. Once you've got your area masked off and you're prepped and ready to go, grab your can of Plasti dip. The can does actually have your normal spray nozzle that comes with the can. It works perfectly fine, but they do make these wonderful little extension guns which just make application a lot more controllable. You'll not get a sore hand if you're doing huge areas, and they kind of just make it kind of cool. I mean, it works by pressing down the nozzle just like you would your finger. It just has a better ratio, so it just feels a bit nicer and you have a bit more control. So first things first is shake the aerosol for 60 seconds. Right, we're back. The can's all shook up, ready to rock. Just ensure that if you are using the can gun, ensure that it's pressing down, matching the contours of the top of the aerosol nozzle. And you want to apply a fairly heavy wet coat with these. You don't want to do a light coat and then lay on thick afterwards. You want a nice even thick coat over the badge, and just ensure that on a badge like this you're getting in all the angles, so you're not just going to see it on the face, it's going to work right down to the paint depth. There you go. Alright, so after roughly 30 minutes, you should be able to touch it. It's well dried, it's flashed off, there's nothing sticking to my finger, it's all it's all flashed off enough that we can give it another coat, about the same thickness as last time. You'll probably be a bit more used to the can, so you're going to be able to spray it a little bit easier and just ensure that you're getting a nice wet heavy coat. Give the can another shake, and just like last time. Now, one thing I'd like to point out is actually the look of the surface. Now, if you're used to spraying normal aerosol cans, like a gloss, for example, you'll be trying to get a nice wet, even coat with no what you'd call orange peeling. But with this product, it sprays out a little different. And don't worry, even if it looks a bit orange peeling now, it's sort of like a self-leveler. It's going to self-level out, and it's going to be a smooth surface once it's flashed off and ready for the next coat. Alright, so now we've waited for the paint to flash off again, and as you'll see, as I mentioned before, the paint actually flattens out quite well, and it's a smooth surface once it's been flashed off and it's ready for a recoat. So this is going to be our third and final coat, so we're just going to want to ensure that we get all the angles. I mean, a badge is a pretty complex shape, so you want to get them all. So I mean, if it's the boot, it's going to pop up. If it's not right under here, you're going to see that when the boot's up, you know. Last thing you want is your mates laughing at you. So give it another shake. Ensure that she's all up there and give it a nice heavy coat to finish. So now they've all got their third and final coat, I'm pretty happy with it. Last thing is just to remove your can gun. Just give the can a spray upside down as with anything, just to clear the nozzle, and next time you go to use it, it's not going to be stuffed. So again, we'll wait for this to flash off, and then we'll peel off the masking, and then we'll show you what really sets this product out from normal paint. So once you're happy that your final coat's flashed off, there's an even coating on all the badges or whatever you're plastic dipping at the time, it's time to remove the masking. And as you can see, the plastic's already starting to peel off where I've masked, so you'll see that plastic is nice and dry. So now we're on to the fiddly stuff, just getting rid of all this excess plastic dip around the badge. It's relatively easy because we left a hard edge here with the masking tape. You can just grab the edge of the excess plastic and just start pulling, and you'll notice it will just cut. It cuts itself along the badge. Any sort of hardline surface that you've got, it'll do the same thing. So just slowly pull it, ensure that you're not lifting up on the badge, but as you can see, it pretty much just comes off very cleanly. Now the trick is getting into these little spots in between. What I like to use is actually a small little screwdriver with a bit of masking tape wrapped down the edge, just to ensure that there's no metal that's going to scratch in between these badges, because the last thing you want is to scratch the paint. So just carefully just start working it the same as we did before. You just want to work it till you start blistering the surface, and then just carefully unadhere it all the way up the badge. You probably won't be able to get your finger there to prick it, but as you can see here, I've just worked right up to the top of the 5, and it's just brought the plastic off the paint, and I'll just keep pushing it carefully. Eventually it's going to blister off, as it's doing right now. And then I'll work out this piece and try and join it into that bit. So this can take a little while, but you just want to actually do it very gently and don't leave any scratches in there. And once you get it to a point it's long enough, you can just grab it out, and as you can see, it's just pulled off perfectly. So there you have it, Plasti dip. We've transformed the back of this Mazda into a bit of a ricer in under an hour, but the actual applications of this paint are pretty endless. You can use them on wheels, trims, grills, anything you can really think of, whole cars even. It's available in matte, and you can also get a gloss, so we could have glossed over these badges just to give it a point of difference again, but we'll leave it at the matte finish. I think it's a nice contrast with the black of the Mazda. It's long lasting, it's not bullshit, and you should try some yourself.